Hello, my name is Aisha. Welcome back to my channel. If you've seen my soft relaunch video, you know that I moved countries yet again. This means that I now have 3 separate bookshelves in 3 other countries. So as I embark on building a new shelf here, I wanted to reminisce on the evolution of my bookshelves so far. So in winter 2023, I moved to Germany with just 5 books. I had limited luggage space, so I had to select books at random. The only conscious decision I made was to include one Islamic book because I wanted to read more Islamic books. So I chose Meeting Muhammad by Omar Suleiman. I also chose a romance, a short story collection that I believe was on the book list for 2023. This African contemporary fiction that everyone has been trying to get me to read for about 5 years now. And finally, I selected a Tayari Jones book because why not? A friend of mine traveled to London from Germany, so I had my sister send him some of my books so that I could come back to the country with them because who wants to waste the opportunity? It was free, so I chose this Sudanese classic because I always want to read more African classic. I added this latest from Leila aboulela. Finally, I selected this Igbo mythology inspired story. I couldn't take more books because the ad covers were taking up too much space and my friend was slightly complaining. Winter lighting is horrible as usual, so I am outside on my balcony. So in February 2024, a publicist reached out to me to read and review a book. I was surprised that publicist still had my email address because I'd been gone from Bookstagram and Booktube forever, so I was pleasantly surprised. Anyway, I said yes because it's a debut Sudanese literature and the premise was promising. That is how I came to possess this brilliant piece of work called A Mouthful of Salt by Reem Gaafar. So when I first moved into this neighborhood, I went on a run once and I came across, those libraries that they are free outside that you can just pick a book from. I would find a picture and put it on the screen. So I saw one of them and it was mostly filled with German books. So then I spotted this one book that is in English and I had previously read something by Ashley Poston back in 2023. So I took this one. And it turns out that this was one of the most popular books on TikTok, Booktube and Bookstagram for 2024. So last November 2024, I was in Nigeria. I do have some clips, but I don't know how I feel, whether a vlog is going to go up or not. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. In Nigeria, I attended Ake Festival, and I didn't really feel that urge to get new books like you normally would when you're in a place like that. But this is also likely because I had been on a very, very long book buying ban up until the time that I went to Ake Festival. But on the last day of the festival, I managed to buy some books. And I also bullied Uche into getting me this romance book. I also won a book from a book quiz at the festival. And then on my last day in Nigeria, I visited a bookstore in Lagos and got some more books, especially these 4 middle grade books that I have been wanting to read forever. I also got this non-fiction that I first came across on Twitter. And there you go. That's my modest library in my new home in Germany. So I have some final thoughts for the last session of this video. So, like I mentioned earlier, I have been on a book buying ban for a very long time. I can't really remember exactly when it started, but I think it was the month before I moved out of Nigeria, so sometime in 2019. I was getting a decent number of review copies at the time, and I also had access to a library. And so while I believe that books are an immeasurable treasure, I also know that they can fall under the context of overconsumption. And so I decided that with all of the access that I now had, as well as all of the review copies that I was still getting, I was going to continue to uphold my book buying ban. Since I went offline in 2023, the FOMO that I had for new releases died even more. Because I still have access to my libraries, I was able to still see new releases in form of audiobooks and ebooks on the two library apps that I use, Libby and BorrowBox. But I will say that I am not as rigid this year as I have been for the past 5 years with my book buying ban. In fact, I have gotten my first book of the year and I'm going to unbox it on the video. So this is the book I got. I was the one that bought the book, so I know what book it is. And I have been wanting to read this book since it was announced in 2020. But I guess for some publishing reason, it wasn't published at the right time. So they published it last year. Or was it 2023? I think it was 2023, I'm not sure. But they published it, so I decided to buy it. And so this is the first book that I bought this year. And I'm going to unbox it now. And so we have Edo Souls by Stella Gaitano. This is, I believe, the first book written by a South Sudanese in Arabic to be translated into English. So Stella Gaitano is South Sudanese, and obviously I've been wanting to read more Sudanese literature, so really was very excited about this one. So I decided to buy it, and yeah, I am looking forward to reading this. I have about 23 books with me in my new bookshelf in Germany, and my sister is currently guarding my books in the UK, and the poor girl is tired. So depending on when I feel sure about a new bookshelf here, I am going to slowly start moving them from my sister's place to my place. Maybe when I go to say I would just like grab some, or maybe I would send them via post. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so yeah, I would also stick to my current book buying ban. Like, most of the elements from my book buying ban would definitely remain, but I think I would be less rigid with it. So, for example, if I see a new book that I've been looking for and I can't find anywhere on Libby or BorrowBox, I'm definitely going to buy it. And yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts about like book buying bans, or if you are currently on a book buying ban. As you can see, I am outside because the lighting is bad, and yeah, I have run out of options. So a walk is good for me either way. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I would see you in my next video. Bye bye.